All right, y'all. Taking a look at this incoming storm here. We know that just the edge of Lynchburg is now warned and moving through Murfreesboro. We do have a pretty significant signature on the radar as well. Throughout the night, might get a few blips. We'll see if those start to turn any level of severity. But we'll keep our eye on this. The main reason I wanted to get back on and stream to you is that these look pretty significant. I'm not sure they look totally unmanageable. I know we do have two areas of rotation that we're actually watching here. As you can see over on this side, we have lost our Tullahoma camera downtown. We should be getting that back up, but we do still have our Wilson Avenue camera up, and we got back our Shelbyville camera that went down earlier today. So all right, so we do see actually a couple areas of slight rotation with these two signatures. Show you here real quick. My stuff together. I had to come home in a hurry and kind of throw this one together. So we do see a couple areas of slight rotation. In fact, the stronger signature is now in Cornersville right here. So we see an area here, and we see an area here. When we talked about rotation earlier, we talk about the radar being down here in this area. Well, you can't see that. Let me show you. So we have our radar down here. And so what we're looking at now is two areas of rotation, one here and one up here near Unionville. And the other reason I wanted to go live now, little feature on radars called Echo Tops, enhanced Echo Tops. And that tells you the height of a storm. Generally speaking, the higher the height of a storm is, the more intensity it has to turn severe. So we can take a look at our enhanced Echo Tops and see that this storm here in Cornersville actually has a pretty high Echo Top. And we can see the one moving near Fosterville, Bell Buckle, that area also has an increasing enhanced Echo Top. So I wanted to take a look at these in case they really start to turn more for the worse. It looks like at this point, this is heading straight for Lynchburg and Estill Springs area. But as we can tell, this actually looks like it's starting to form somewhat of a hook as well. So let me take a look here. As the hooks are starting to form in here, which means along this rear flank downdraft again, you do have an area of falling precipitation from the high altitude. And of course, we just looked at the Echo Tops. This is a very tall storm. So it means a lot of instability in the atmosphere. It also means the more the updraft has a lot of speed to work with, which can cause pretty severe storms. But we do have this as an inflow of warm air from the surface. We did have a lot of sun today. very warm temperature. So we are taking a look at this, and at the moment, this signature is looking increasingly more concerning through Cornersville, and we can actually take a look. Oh, so I speak out of turn, but we do have a hook here. Talked about this earlier. Again, hook here, and if there is a tornado threat at the moment, it's near the Ebenezer area, heading towards Cathy Cemetery and Delina, Blakeville area, heading towards Bidwell, and then on towards Lynchburg. But you can see the hook right there. You can also see a pretty great rotation signature. Not super strong at the moment, but there is rotation. And then we can look within this circle. It looks like a signature of debris as well. So we're keeping our eye definitely on this storm. I do think the severe thunderstorm warning is very necessary with this. Calling in a tornado watch or warning for that could come for areas, Belleville area, Boonville, Lower Lynchburg onto Estill Springs and Deckard. Could be something we really need to watch. That's what we have right now, and you can actually see this whole line right here of lightning strikes. Now it's important to know, like when we say there's a storm near, if you hear thunder, see lightning, shouldn't be outside. That's point blank. If you hear thunder, get out from the outdoors. Get inside a structure, especially if you're on water. 100% for sure. But we can see, with this storm, there's lightning strikes without any precipitation happening, right? So definitely keep our eye on that for sure. And honestly, throughout the rest of the night, this is a storm system that once it passes, we're pretty good to, I think, maybe call it a night and head to sleep. It's 9:30. Got to watch my Jeopardy first. But definitely we are keeping our eye on this storm here as it moves. We're also keeping our eye on this storm north of us to our northeast, heading into Longview area, Veneta, Deason, then on to Bell Buckle area. But if you know anybody at the moment in the Brown Shop area or Blakeville, Delina area, the Howell area, Mimosa, Belleville, Locks Mill area, basically in that Jack Daniels area, let them know that this system is moving in towards them. It should be at them within the next 10 minutes or so. And from the looks of radar, again, that's all I have to go on. It does look like the rotation is diminishing a bit, but we saw a storm up in Dixon, Tennessee when I was away at my son's swim meet in Dixon, and it kept cycling. And what that means is, if there's a tornado on the ground, what would happen, or a tornado on radar, period, is that this first area of rotation, if it's cycling, this area will then join in to the actual storm, and there will be another new area of rotation form underneath. So we'll also watch that as well. That happened about 3 times in that storm system. There was a debris pattern and everything, and nothing was called. But looks like a debris signature isn't there. At the moment, we just have a pretty strong storm cell that has a bit of rotation in its upper atmosphere. We still do have a slight bit of rotation with this system up here. You can actually see when we're this close, you can actually see that rotation happening, right? You can see it down here as well, for sure. And so if you're just joining me, we were looking at ecotop, enhanced ecotops, and basically what that is the height of the storm cell itself. And so one cool thing that we can see with the Weatherwise app, this is actually gaining in height as we go along. So Lynchburg, you're in for quite a storm. We're sitting now at right at around 58,000 feet. This graph goes up to 65,000 feet. That's a very high top to this storm. It has a bunch of energy. This thing isn't going to die out anytime soon. And so I was asked yesterday what programs I use for radar. I use 2 of them. The first of which is called Weatherwise. It is a free app. You can get it on your phone. You can get it on your browser. If you have a computer, you can get it on your browser. It's weatherwiseapp.com. So weather, W-I-S-E, weatherwise.app on your browser. Free. There are some paid features, but you can look at what I'm looking at on Weatherwise. And what will happen is you pull it up, you select a radar to look at. High top is our closest radar for our area, and that's what I look at. And there we have it. We called it. This actually did cycle up to a new, actually stronger area of rotation. We can see just northeast of Delina. A little bit stronger signature with that one. I wouldn't be surprised if the National Weather Service in Nashville issued a tornado watch for that. And this app is called Radar Omega. It's another one you can get on your phone or your desktop as an app. This doesn't have a browser app with it. So you can get this on iOS, Android, and PC or Mac. With Weatherwise, you can get it iOS, Android, PC, Mac, and your browser, whatever browser you're using. So they're just different functionalities. With Radar Omega, I can get alerts throughout the rest of the country. I can see Roberts, Texas, Hutchinson, Texas, Hansford, Texas has a tornado warning, and Cimarron, Oklahoma has a tornado warning. You can get that same type of warning system with Weatherwise. The great feature of Weatherwise, however, is that you can actually set up here within your warnings. You can go to settings, and I can choose just the state of Tennessee, which I have done. So right now, the only warnings in Tennessee are for our area for this storm that's moving in. And there it is. I don't want to toot a horn, but there is now a tornado warning for areas just west of Lynchburg. So if let me see exactly where this thing is at the moment. So we're looking at Blakeville, Bidwell. Bidwell, you have about 3 minutes to take cover. Belleville, you need to take cover now. Boonville, take cover. All the way to Mulberry, take cover. You're under a tornado warning. Again, want to reiterate that a tornado warning does not mean that it is on the ground per se, but what it does mean is that radar shows indication of tight rotation hook, which is what we can see here. Excuse me. Is what we can see here, a hook. And then we see when we switch over to velocity, that same tight area of rotation. And so we can see right there as the radar updates, that's where our tornado is. If there is one on the ground, we can see pretty clearly that there's one on the ground if we can switch over here and see a debris ball, which we talked about earlier. I can actually pull this up here. 1 second. So we can see this. There we go. So we can see what a debris ball looks like on radar, right? It's this area where the radar sees something completely different that should not be in our atmosphere at the moment. So that's what a debris ball should look like. So we do have a tornado warning. So we're gonna do this. All right, so tornado warning for, let's see, ends in 44 minutes. That's lasting until 10:30 p.m. Da, 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 da. All right. We do still see a strong area of rotation. in this tornado warned area that's heading towards, at the moment, going to cross, I see Gingerbread Road out in Bidwell, and it's going to head towards Belleville. It's going to cross Highway 231, which is Shelbyville Highway. Going to head towards Upper Mimosa, towards Connor Cemetery. And if it keeps strength, it'll probably head a little bit south of Lynchburg. We do see a new cell that has formed near Tullahoma, right here outside, or right ahead of this storm. That's going to cause quite a bit of rain in the area, y'all. Quite a bit of rain. And again, we lost our Tullahoma camera, our downtown camera. We do still have our live look at Wilson Avenue. We're keeping our eye on this. Again, after this tonight, not sure we're going to see much of anything once this storm system passes. But there is still the potential of some of these blips. You know, again, we'll say it, every storm starts as a blip. Every storm starts as a blip. That means all these little cells out here, all these little blips on the radar could form into something a little bit more dangerous. Somebody's controlling that. Somebody's controlling the Shelbyville cam. Good look at the lightning strikes out near Shelbyville. Tullahoma, we're still going to get a storm. I promise you that. Not going to be as severe as what's happening down below us. In fact, future scans of this actually look a little bit more promising. Well, I said that. Could start to see a formation of debris with this signature coming in. So places like let's see, Belleville crossing Shelbyville Highway, take cover immediately. In Mimosa near Connor Cemetery. A lot of cemeteries on this map, huh? It's kind of depressing. I need map style. And heading more towards Gimlet Road. It's going to cross Gimlet Road down here just south of Boonville, heading in towards Locks Mill. If you know anybody there, let them know. So again, we talk about these systems and their life cycle. We know that some of these could actually cycle up. Once more, you know, we see these systems coming back into the storm and new areas of rotation form below that. So we could see that here on this system. We still do have a slight area of rotation here near Midland and Christiana, Fostersville, Short Creek, Beechwood, heading into that area. heading into bell buckle. A live look at Shelbyville at the moment. All right. So see that's that high, that tight area of rotation um, here with this storm. Take a look at that enhanced echo top real quick. Looks like we died down just a hair as far as strength of height on this. And now we have a well, yeah, you can see the rotation in this pretty clearly as this goes. You can see this rotation coming in and out. Take a look at Ardmore, Tennessee at the moment. Down here near the bottom edge of Alabama. That's going to be heading, well, like that's going to be heading just south of us as well. So it does look like we have weakening in our rotation right here. It's a very good thing. Let's hope that stays the course, y'all. Right. We have some pretty rough stuff happening here. Out in Texas. You want to talk about radar views, looking at looking here, we can actually see um, this area. If you ever see blacks or whites or even high pinks, it's a good indication of pretty strong hail signature with this storm. We do have apple size hail with this cluster here in Texas, but that's not where we're at. We're right over here. We still have a tornado warning. And so we can actually see on radar what we were talking about earlier as far as storms and their cycling, right? You see that strong area of rotation, and as it travels along, this upper ridge, this inflow actually comes back into the storm itself. So usually what happens in that situation, if a storm is not done, if it has enough energy, it'll form a new area of rotation underneath. That's what we're going to keep watching here. So our severe storm warnings have expired, and we are left with this tornado warning. Now, when we see stuff like this, I'll clarify. When we see areas like this of blue, that's not necessarily debris. What that is there is a difference of precipitation, whether it's light rain, whether it's a downpour in one area of half a mile or quarter of a mile, and then it stops, and so it's not a consistent flow of precipitation in the air that the radar can say this is normal, right? So what we want is a tight ball of blues, and that will be our debris ball. That's not necessarily what that is. And once again, you can see here what we were talking about. It does look like a new area of rotation is trying to form and cycle back in on itself. So Belleville is going to pass Red Branch Road and let's see, Lane Branch Road, Coulter Cemetery here within the next, let's say 3 or 4 minutes. And we'll see if on this next scan we actually get a new view of what we're talking about as far as a new area of rotation. We can actually see some enhanced winds that's heading towards the radar here. And if this can join up with this inflow, we'll have a new area rotation. We do now have a severe thunderstorm warning for the Lynchburg, South Tullahoma, Estill Springs area heading into Winchester and Deckard. Let's see what we got here. And there we have it. You can actually see in this scan right here, there's a new area of rotation trying to form here. Those bright reds means going away from the radar and coming back on the green side. So we actually see a new hook forming as well. So we're keeping our eye on this, y'all. Told you we'd be here when we need you, or when you need us, or when I say us, it's just me. Not true. I'm not more than one man. So we do see a new hook forming here with the downdraft and then the inflow coming in. We can see that right there on radar. Questionable on whether that's picking up debris or not, but the Weather Service has canceled that tornado warning. I would still say let's keep an active eye on this area right here near Howell and heading into Mimosa. And Shelbyville is active right now. Lightning flashes. Beyond Ardmore, man, that's a beautiful shot, that storm. I do still see an area of slight rotation with this. But the bad thing is with the radar system is there's a definite line here, and you can see it a little bit clearer here. But the line that separates away and from is right here. So as the storm moves closer to this, what they call a dead zone of radar, it gets harder to pick up this rotation. We'll have to switch to our Nashville radar. for a moment. But we'll see as it goes closer. I'm looking out my back window here. All right, so Lynchburg, you're getting that pretty strong storm. This is going to move into Winchester as well. In fact, look at Winchester. We have only one severe thunderstorm warning in the state of Tennessee, and that is right here in Belleville at the moment. And we're starting to see rotation back on this pretty tight area, actually, right here, just southeast of Howell, about to cross over Shelbyville Highway. If you're out that way, heads up. It looks like Shelbyville, you're about this storm is actually taking a turn to head your way up here. This storm cell up near Unionville. And it looks like it's starting to have a little bit of rotation in the atmosphere as well. For Belleville, you're seeing a pretty significant storm at the moment. Franklin, Lincoln, Moore County. Severe thunderstorm warnings for you. We still have rotation with this storm here, just south of Belleville, heading towards Mulberry, Beach Hill, on its way to Winchester. This cell right here is over Timms Ford Lake. Not too much of a wind threat, but we do have elevated rain, pretty heavy downpour right now. So again, if you're joining us, we do have a severe thunderstorm warning down here at Belleville, heading into Boonville, Locks Mill area. And we have a rising here in our echo tops for sure. So this is actually gaining strength. Hmm. We have a pretty strong storm here, crossing 24, heading into Gosberg area, Fudge Around, Hollow Springs, Hoodoo, Beech Grove area, into Pocahontas. We've also got a rainer out here, Wilhoit Mills, Poplands Crossroad, Halls Mill, Fall Creek, Anchor Mill area. And then down here near Alabama, near Howell Hill, Flintville, Sycamore Swamp, heading into Huntland, we do have another cell producing some lightning. I would say, though, our major concern at the moment is this cell up here near Boonville now. All right. Yeah, for real. I mean, hate it or love it. I mean, seeing clouds fire off like cloud to cloud lightning is just beautiful. That's just a beautiful storm right there. And just to let you know how powerful that is, here's Ardmore. This camera is pointed towards the northeast. That's the storm right here past Fayetteville and in Kelso. That's actually looking pretty much at the same cell coming through. So beautiful view of that. Now we do see another area of rotation with this cell. Again, the cycling process, right? We do see a small signature of rotation up here as well. Which we'll have to pay attention to, because that's going to be closer to heading into Lynchburg. That continues to gain strength. Yeah, it's got a lot of strength to it. I mean, look around. That's the most dangerous storm we have, in our area. You can actually look out here where some of these larger storms are. I mean, their echo tops are rivaling the one that is right here in our area. That's a pretty serious storm right here. So we are still watching this bad boy right here near Lynchburg. We're still out. Is it just me, or is this cell moving very closely? Don't get it. As we're keeping our eye on the storm system, we can go ahead and look at what we might be dealing with tomorrow as far as significant weather. So let's go through the rest of tonight. Let's see. Get it more accurate. So midnight through, let's say 5, 6 a.m. should be very, very quiet. And I think even around 5 and 6 a.m., I think we'll still be fine. As far as tomorrow's activity, stuff should be moving into our area around the 1, 2 o'clock time zone in the afternoon. With the brunt of the action coming about 2, 3 o'clock, lasting until about 4 or 5 o'clock. And another round will probably be likely around the 11 o'clock, 12 midnight hour tomorrow. And then on into Sunday morning. You're expected to have some storm systems move in Sunday morning. We don't see much of that at all. But we do have this out here to our west that we can see. Might make its way towards us Sunday evening, Monday morning area. So as for the rest of tonight until tomorrow afternoon, we're not looking at much activity. We'll look at 11 a.m. tomorrow as far as the available CAPE that this atmosphere has to play with for instability. You know, right at noon, 1 o'clock, we're sitting at 1,400 joules per kilogram. On to 2 o'clock, where we're sitting at about 1,700. So honestly, I would say that the brunt of the activity tomorrow will be in between that 1 o'clock and 3 o'clock hour. If we see anything that approaches severe weather. And then again, we talked about maybe some late night storms coming in our way. You're looking at 1,700 joules per current. Anything over, 1,500, 1,700, you're getting into stuff that could produce, some unstable storms, some severity. Man, look out here. Just off to our west. And you're almost reaching the 5,000 joules per kilogram mark out there. And then as far as LCL, which is our cloud height, basically. Come on. Act nice. So around the 11 a.m. mark, we're looking some pretty good cloud height for severe storms. Basically on through that 1 o'clock noon to 3 o'clock time. That's the area we need to look at. Now Sunday we do have some pretty gnarly LCL heights here. I don't think it's anything that we need to be concerned with, though. We have a supercell composite, which basically just tells us where likely cells will pop up, not tornadic, but at least storm based. And again, this is 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock. And we, again, we're looking at nighttime, some pretty late action going on tomorrow as well. So midday and late at night, and we look at our lapse rate, which is the speed at which the convection happens in our atmosphere, and right around 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock. I mean, we're sitting pretty at a you know 8 degrees Celsius per kilometer. And then again, actually, I don't see much as far as lapse rate overnight. So, then we'll also look at dew point. Um, Once again, that 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock level, we do have pretty high dew point reaching midnight again. So that's what Mara looks like as well. So Gaddis Herdlow, Liberty Hill, Lexi Crossroads area, heading into Belvedere. A pretty gnarly storm heading your way as well. They just changed the polygon for that to exclude the places that this storm has been. So this is set to expire in the next half an hour. Wow. This is from Storm Chaser Rob, and he is sitting in Fayetteville at the moment. See if we can pull him up. Pretty stellar stuff right there. You see his drone taking off. Pretty awesome. Here's a view of Winchester at the moment. We're going to have a good shot of this storm as it rolls into Winchester area. Storms just feel like they're sitting stationary. I mean, it's taken forever for these things to flow through. It has plenty of energy, plenty of lift in this storm right here, as we can tell. Actually, just died down a hair. Hmm. Again, this is in the dead zone right here. We're in this little dead zone of radar product. So we're still taking a look at this storm down here. You have a lot of lightning in on this. Some mild rotation. I actually grow a little bit more concerned with this small area right here. It's a tight little circle. They see right above my head. There's Winchester, Tennessee, as this storm that we're looking at heads into that area right there. In fact, so we've been waiting for this to pass so we can finally go to bed. Feels like it's just taking its good old time. This is over Thames Ford Lake area at the moment. Broadview area, Beach Hill. Once this passes that dead zone, we can actually look and see if there's any more rotation associated with this. Other than that, could just be a nice severe storm heading in, and you can take a closer look at the radar that's coming in later. Ooh. The storm is hitting Winchester. You can see larger view that we have here for it. All right, y'all. We're gonna wait for this. That's her thunderstorm warning to expire, and then I think we'll expire the stream. I know these streams have been short today. That's the nature of the beast, right? We get on when severe weather is coming, and larger streams that do more of a countrywide severe weather outbreak type things, they can go for hours and hours. If I weren't here, I would be telling you about these three tornado warnings out here in Texas. But in working with smaller region like this gives me the opportunity to say, well, for tonight, that's what we're looking at. Excuse me, that's what we're looking at for tonight. Texas and Oklahoma. A lot of tornadoes up there. So we can actually give all clears at least for the time being for tonight. In places like Shelbyville, Wartrace, once this little blip passes you right here, you're good to shut her down for the night. So we'll give Shelbyville, Normandy area, or Trace. Places like Manchester. Out here in Tullahoma, still the possibility of a small blip popping up through the night. As far as those being severe, we'll definitely see. Hmm. So we do see a couple of areas of slight rotation down here. These storms, one above Shady Grove, the other the Bear Trace Golf Course area, Thames Ford Lake area. So, the next few scans we'll keep an eye on this as well. It does look like the wind has definitely picked up at Winchester. Hmm. We have 6 minutes left on this severe thunderstorm warning that we're looking at here. Just crossed Thames Ford Lake. There we go. We're going to allow this severe thunderstorm warning to expire here in 5 minutes. We're going to take them at their word. And with that, we're going to wait until this expires in 4 minutes. And more than likely, we will see you tomorrow around the noon, 1 o'clock mark. We'll be here to try and keep you safe, like we have been and we continue to be. Thank you for tuning in. If you have friends or family tomorrow, have outdoor plans, have them tune in. We'll cover the severe weather as closely as we can and as accurately. It'd be bad if we didn't do it accurately, right? Yeah. And you can see that top has diminished quite a bit. We were looking up in the mid 50s to upper 60,000 feet in the air as an echo top, and now we're looking at 38,000 feet. I think we're good. I think we are good, folks. Again, tomorrow, around the 1 o'clock, and between 1 o'clock and 3 o'clock, Rena, if you're still watching, 4 o'clock, we'll still probably have some lingering effects of storms. It'll probably be very wet conditions for a graduation party. But tune in. We'll see what develops tomorrow. At the moment, looks like 4 o'clock might still be a possibility to happen. Front of what we're looking at is going to be in between 1 o'clock, 3 o'clock. Anyways, once this expires, we'll head off. We can see you tomorrow. And there we go. So that warning has expired, and we will see you tomorrow. I hope that we don't have to. That's my hope with all these. I hope that we don't have to see you tomorrow. But if severe weather happens, we will be here and we will be with you. So